Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking weed.
I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
That's right, everybody. Welcome back to episode 232.
That's right, everybody. Shit.
30 seconds.
Oh.
Not even. Maybe even 29 seconds.
Should we start over? No.
No. They don't. At this point, you've
Yeah,
had 231 other chances to turn away.
You can't turn away.
You can't change who you are.
Can't turn away from my love.
It's just in my nature.
That's a unreleased Bob Seger track. What? The only correct answer. What?
You imagine? I'm so sorry. And this, I've seen our metrics, so this is not. I know how many people actually listen, but I love to imagine in some world that Bob Seger was
Is that why
listening.
you've been keeping that from me? Because you don't want me to know?
Listening to this episode and just went, what? How'd they know?
Those sons of bitches. Call my lawyers. Francine.
Clip it.
Sloppy.
Let's do it. Let's get publicity for the pod and start a feud.
I don't give a
Sloppy Bob Seger. Is he alive?
Sloppy Bob Seger.
Sloppy.
Is he alive? We should look that up.
I believe he is.
I'm pretty sure he is, but I'm not confident. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to Tucker Carlson laugh.
Wow.
Is Bob Seger alive? Live on the air. We're going to find out together. Yes, Bob Seger is still alive.
How old is he?
Fucking old. No, he was born in 1945, so he's 80. He's 80 years old.
He's as old as my mom. He's older than my mom. That's crazy.
Yeah, May 6, 1945. So, yeah.
He's a year older than my mom.
He's still alive. But he had a close brush he had some health issues in 2019.
Well, he's older.
And he had that kind of forced him retire because, he's old. But shout out to Bob Seger. I love the idea of Bob Seger being like, how'd they know?
Or just being pissed.
And you know what he probably would say when he heard this?
Fuck you, asshole.
I don't know why I'm nodding at the microphone.
Bob,
like you can fucking see me.
Bob, if you're listening, we'd love to
buddy.
watch him strut.
Yep. My favorite Bob Seger song is that is a good song.
It's a good one.
Hollywood Nights is pretty good. I like that one.
It's a good one. It's
You
funny.
know, I used to absolutely hate Against the Wind.
Oh, that's a banger, dude.
I can't listen
This is
to
Tyler when it came on the radio.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
What are we doing? All right, so
Bob Seger
yeah,
was an American singer, is an American singer.
I guarantee you this is the most anyone has talked about Bob Seger on a podcast this year in 2020.
I don't know, man. I'll bet you there's some
there's
rock and roll podcasts.
Yeah,
out
some
there
rock
or like-
history podcast or some shit.
Do you remember that time we had the whipped cream orgy and it was on the Silver Bullet bus?
That's actually how he got the idea for strut. Is that an orgy? Wow.
Old time rock and roll.
Shit, he's got so many hits.
He's got a fucking buttload.
He's banger after
He's got
banger.
a fucking buttload.
All right, so this episode is going to be a pretty relaxed fit episode.
We are on Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, come on now. You know what? You're listening.
You're sitting there with your job and your TV
Okay, time
and
out.
your
This
dress shields.
This is the episode you're listening to when you're gonna go spend the next 2 hours with people you hate, i.e. your
Wow.
family.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I truly hope you have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Although there's not a lot to be thankful for a lot of people. But especially in my family, we've had a really shitty year, so it's going to be an interesting celebration. But you drive into your families. You're probably either you're enjoying it or you're going to dread it. We're here for you. All right, this is a relaxed fit. You're going to be filled with turkey. You're going to be wearing some sweats. So that's what this episode is. Stretch your pants out.
Stretch your pants out.
You say most people would say let your hair down. I'm saying relax that waistband. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, and then relax that waistband, and I say, and then I go,
I'll eat your ass.
there you go. Meat of this turkey.
I'll eat your ass.
Don't wear sweatpants around Jake. That's a good rule. Good rule of thumb.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
That's what I like to think. That's how I feel about it. So today's episode,
Loosen that waistband. I'll eat your ass. I mean, that's what you said.
It's just gonna be all over the walls.
Shoot, you should see.
By the way, do not listen to this with children present.
You should see this place.
I'm talking about going to your family Thanksgiving, and I'm saying,
swing a web. That doesn't mean.
Speaking of, I just started playing Spider-Man 2 again, so that is a great reminder.
I gotta make sure I play Spider-Man 2 tonight.
Whip.
Swing the whip.
You know what? I'm gonna think that every time. Oh my God! I just thought of a TikTok.
Huh.
Write that down. I'm gonna play Spider-Man and put my own sound effects and be going thwip every time I swing to a building. I just did that on the air. You're welcome, America.
You're fucking welcome.
So today's episode. Usually I have the Google Doc pulled up, but I don't today. So I fucking failed you. I'm a terrible host. I'll say it. We got.
That's almost as bad as eating in the microphone.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Yeah. So, like I said, this is going to be a more book-focused episode. It'll be a more relaxed fit episode. I think there are a few news items I want to talk about. But given that it is Thanksgiving this week in the States, I was thinking, we could do a long box, which is something we normally do. Or I thought about doing something like, because we had kind of talked about it last year, of like, what are some things that are like, what are some properties? What are some like comic books, movies, video games, whatever? What's certain properties out there that you're thankful it exists? Like, man, this thing just gets me. I just vibe with this, and I'm just happy I have it. You know what I mean? Or I'm happy that it exists. Because I thought about that a lot, and I just I kind of look around the basement. There's a couple of things I can probably think of. I look at my Blu-ray collection.
Is that really what you're going to do is Blu-ray collection?
No, I'm just kind of looking at...
no, are you actually just looking around the room for stuff to talk about? Because I can go if you want.
No, the reason I was doing that is I was vamping for you in case you needed to. But if you want to go right now, you can. Go ahead. What are you really thankful for, Tyler?
I'm really thankful for I'm really thankful for the movies that we got this year. Was Deadpool Wolverine last year?
24, yeah.
Okay. But we did get Superman and Fantastic Four, which I liked both of those movies. Despite my relative disdain for James Gunn and everything he stands for.
Hey, overall, I will agree with you. Like, season 2 was a bit of a letdown for Peacemaker. Overall.
I'm just like, what are you doing? You came at us with, I have this plan in place. Nobody gets a thing without a script, blah, blah, blah. So which is it? Nobody gets a green light without a script, or you have a plan in place? Because it seems like one of the other is more true than the other.
Anyway.
And it seems like every property that we've had so far has been yours.
Anyway. Yeah.
More Predator movies.
Oh, yeah,
Trachtenberg.
I'm thankful for Dan Trachtenberg.
Give him unlimited budget.
Yes. We got 2 Predator movies this year.
Pretty fucking dope.
Pretty fucking crazy.
I'm thankful for my book club. I'm thankful for my singles events.
Oh, I was going to say more just like properties.
Because I like, I actually emailed them to work with them to host events, which I think would be fun because I love love.
Nice.
I do. So if I can help some people connect,
I thought about getting ordained just so I could marry people. 'Cause I love love.
I'm very thankful for the fact that I am healthy enough to have made 2 albums in 1 year. And according to my engineer, both of them are worth it, are good. Both of them are like, it's not like I just put out one solid album and one kind of okay album. I put out 2 really excellent albums. I'm thankful for meeting my friend Maddie.
I was mostly just talking
Florida.
about like movies or comic books.
I'm thankful for you
that.
and your family, and you're welcoming me into your home and your life and everything, and making me feel like such a part of your family. I'm thankful for my job, working radio every day.
Go.
I'm thankful for
Right, well.
I'm thankful for Bob Newhart.
God.
I'm thankful for Legos. I'm thankful for turkey. Yep.
What?
I'm thankful for gravy.
What?
I'm thankful for sparkling cider.
What?
I'm thankful for pumpkin pie.
What?
I'm thankful for sweet potato pie.
Finish it! Finish it!
And I'm thankful for Jake Williams, baby!
Well, that's not what I was trying to do with this segment, but
Oh.
so
What were you trying to do there? You wanted me to...
no,
No, you go.
I was just going to talk about like certain movies or certain things.
No,
like
you
that,
go.
But no, pretty much everything you said except for the albums thing or the singles thing or the.
Are you just not happy with me right now? Is that what's going on?
No, yeah, I'm frustrated with you right now.
I'm sorry.
Pissed that you said all those nice things. 'Cause now I gotta think of nice things to say. Quite honestly, I'm thankful. In general, I would say to video games. I think video games in this past year have been there. If it's like a competition, like it's weird because I'm someone who loves movies, but I haven't watched a ton of movies, and that might be something I might commit more towards the end of this year into the new year, of maybe watching more movies. But because most of my time is I'm playing video games or reading comic books, or trying to. I'm thankful for King Sorrow. Thankful for that book because
King Sorrow.
I will.
Mountain.
I will say I'm a quarter of the way through it. I'm like 300 some pages into the 900 pages. And I'm at the part where it's going to be a situation where it's going to be a dragon versus a 747 plane, which is something I didn't expect I would want in a book with a dragon, but I kind of can't wait to get to that part of the book. I think honestly it is a big undertaking, but I think the pacing of it is done incredibly well. Because I would recommend it to you. I think you would even like it, King Sorrow. So I'm thankful for that, I suppose. I'm thankful that Joe Hill's back to writing books because I love his books. I'm thankful for comic books. I'm thankful for Absolute Universe in the DC universe because it made Tyler Allen commit to DC books monthly, which I think was probably my biggest goal when starting this podcast, was admit to me that like DC does have good books because he's such a Marvel shill.
Fuck DC.
I'm thankful for the X-Men Age of Revelation because it gives us content.
Gives us something to talk about every week. Cause
Gives us content to complain about.
Horrible, and why the fuck are we doing this?
No, and I think I really, above all else, I think I've been most thankful for just the video games, because video games truly have gotten me through some tough times this year because my family has been dealing with a lot of shit, and that was my escape. And yeah, again, a lot of my time was comic books or video games because I was doing comic books for the show and my own free time and playing games. And it's just funny because when you're in those situations, whenever you're someone that like me, or maybe you listening to deal with this, whenever you deal with like depression and anxiety and and any sort of mental problems like that, it is nice to have something where you do have control over it. So it was nice to have video games. I think my way to deal with anxiety and things is writing and video games, because again, I think that's where I feel like I have control. So I'd say, yeah, video games. I'm very thankful, and the things that you listed, I'm thankful that DC had a fucking great Superman movie. I'm thankful that Marvel got it fucking right with the Fantastic Four. Finally,
I started watching that on Disney Plus.
I want to rewatch that. Yeah,
It was before I went. I was on my way somewhere, and I was like, I have like 20 minutes, and I started watching it, and I have not finished it.
Hell
yet.
yeah, I'm thankful for Dan Trachtenberg and Predator. I'm thankful that Trachtenberg. I'm whatever. Danny T is what I'm gonna start calling him now. Dan T. I'm thankful that we had a faithful adaptation of The Running Man that was good.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
You stole that from me. I was going to say that.
I'm thankful for you on many reasons, but I'm also thankful that you encouraged me to read the book because the book is great.
I'm thankful to you because I have two pretty much constants in my life, and that's my mom and that's you guys.
Yeah. And as I say every week that we record, it's, of course, I'm thankful for this show because it is, at least, we understand that not everybody listens to this podcast. We get it. We're a small fish in a gigantic pond. But I think that it's just nice to spend a week, once a week with my friend, and that's what this show's all about, man. Hanging out with your friends and talking about shit you love.
Hanging out with your friends and talking shit that you love.
Because the world success. The world's going to do this to you.
I'll eat your ass.
Not in a nice way.
And then you'll say,
Come on, don't bullshit me.
And then it'll say,
Don't do that.
I don't know what you were going to go.
You can't do it. I don't
yeah,
know.
what? I put too many Arnolds on there.
Yeah, you fucking did. And they're all like,
accepted.
Right?
And they're all like, none of them are related to movies. They're all these random.
You know what, man?
Arnold interview
Quiet
things.
boy compared to me. A quiet boy.
What?
What is that from?
I can't remember.
I don't like it. I don't care for it. I'm not thankful for how you ruined the soundboard this year with your look at all the Arnold stuff I'm going to put on.
Whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. You take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
That was kind of perfect. There's still some meat on that bone.
Yeah, but I expect better from the soundboard next year. Moving forward.
Are you telling me that I need to
Drop your credentials at the guard's desk and get the fuck out of here!
You can start by dropping that drop.
What? That's a good one.
Way too much Paul Giamatti. Way too much.
You know what, man?
You are the motherfucker!
And they're not even recorded like right.
You fucking
get up.
Fuck you!
We're going outside. Okay.
All right. So
You fucking
I just want you to know that Lanterns got delayed. Did you know that?
no.
Till late summer of next year.
Wow. Wasn't it supposed to come out this year originally? Shut the fuck up, James Gunn. Fucking
Pretty sure this is like The Flash. This has been in development since like what, 2015?
Oh, God, yeah.
2016?
Haven't we been talking? Yeah. But James Gunn rescued it. We actually got a cast.
We brought it back.
Just fucking deep throat James Gunn, you fucking turds.
Wow. I will say, if you do, well, I know we did the thankful thing, but if you want to do real quick, since we do have some time, do you want to do a quick long box and just talk about what you want to talk about? We can, because we're just going to be talking about the books, so we have time if you want to do that.
Just real briefly. Hey, sorry.
Long.
Radio 101. Don't yawn into the microphone.
It's a long box.
That's radio.
That's my favorite
101.
drop of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I think to myself,
Am I the Messiah? I don't know. I could be. I'm not ruling it out.
What a wonderful world.
I'll go
mine
first.
Is
So mine is The Chair Company, which is Tim Robinson's new show on HBO. And look, I will have this caveat. He has a very particular brand of humor. It's very absurdist. It's very a lot like I think you should leave. As a sketch show was really on the whole premise of that idea was like the idea is people that are clearly angry and embarrassed, but they don't have grace and accept that. They just double down on it, and that's where the humor is. There is some of that in this show, but this show is also completely different from what he was trying to do with that. And it's completely different from his other stuff like Detroiters. It is so I don't know what I was expecting with this, but I definitely thought it was going to be like kind of off the wall crazy. And I got to be honest, I've watched 5 episodes because that's how many are out. As it's progressed, it has gotten better, and it's gotten more of like what you would think. Because the way that Tim Robinson's comedy works, I just don't think it follows like a conventional thing. Like the movie Friendship he did with Paul Rudd. I can't even describe it to you because it's the weirdest, strangest thing I've ever seen, but I was laughing a lot. And I'm like, I don't even know why I think that movie's a great movie, but or a funny movie. But with this show, I don't know. It just because it's a parody of those like conspiracy theory like dramas where like one character starts to unravel this. It's like those detective stories where like this one guy unravels this big corporate corruption type thing. And that's what this whole plot is, but the whole premise of it is ridiculous, and it's funny as shit because like and it's not spoiling anything because it's the first episode. But the whole like Chekhov's gun or whatever you want to call it, or the plot device that kind of sets this whole thing in motion is he's doing this big speech because his job is he's a guy that works for the city and they're making a new mall. And he's giving this big speech and everybody loves it and it's great. And he's really happy with it. And he sits down on his chair and it just collapses, just breaks. And he's just embarrassed by it. And he's so embarrassed by it later that he like emails them like to reach out to them like, hey, I had this big speech and my chair broke. And then that's what starts that's the domino that leads down this whole conspiracy theory and this whole rabbit hole of like, he was just so pissed that his chair broke that he digs deeper into this corporate conspiracy and all this shit. And it gets crazier and crazier as the show goes on. And there's a scene in I think it's either episode 4 or 5, but there's the stinger joke at the end. I fucking cackled. I did not expect that joke to hit, and I was like, oh, it happened, and then it hit me like a train because I was like, that is fucking hilarious. And I've only done that a few times, so I recommend it. Chair Company, 5 episodes. I don't know how long the season's going to be. It's still going. I don't know how long the season's going to be, but there's other 5 episodes up. They're all half-hour apiece. That's good. I would say at least give it like if you should at least watch the first episode because
I need to get back into what we do in the shadows.
I need to finish the franchise. I never finished that show. I like that show too, but that's a show where I'm like, give it one shot in the first episode. Well, I'm just saying like if you really only need that one episode because either you're gonna be on board or not after that first episode. I think so. I don't know. Give it a shot. What's your long box, brother?
I've been doing audiobooks a lot lately.
Nice.
And one of them that I've been doing, I did, on my trip to St. Louis, I did World War Z. The problem is
that's probably cool because they do interviews.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that I didn't realize there's 2 different versions. There's an audiobook that came out with the movie that is a lot shorter. And I have the book. I bought the book. I had the book way before the movie was even announced. I read it back in Denver. My ex-girlfriend Kate recommended it to me. I would love it if somebody would actually like, undertake the process
like
of
did like
making
a mini-series?
a series.
Yeah.
Like a 3-season series.
People need to understand books should be series. That's just what they're longer. They're long form entertainment. They need to be series. And some books, yeah, you can make a movie, but
That's
yeah.
cool.
I'm not going to, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't talk during yours once. You've already fucking...
You liar.
I didn't. I was doing this the whole time.
You have a
Talk to me. No.
You're having a conversation, and you don't want me to respond, but you're whatever. So, is it World War Z?
So World War Z was the first one. Was like a shorter version, and I was like, I got through it. Like it was like 6 hours long, and I'm like, I got through it. I'm like, that's weird. Like because I've read it several times. I'm like, I don't remember hearing this or this or this, and I missed those. And I was like, that's. So then I looked it up, and there was like a 13-hour version, which is the actual fucking
which
book.
is pretty standard audiobook, yeah.
Well, no, but yeah, they cut out like half of the whole book, like entire sections, entire characters were just excised out of the first one that I listened to. So it's interesting because I'm listening again to Mark Hamill's part talking about the Battle of Yonkers, and he was very early on in the short version, but I'm about I'm about a quarter of the way through this version, and he's just coming up. And so it's interesting because about every other interview that I hear is one that I've heard. But then every other one, every other one after that is one that I haven't yet, but I remember reading. So it's cool. There's a part where they're talking to a middle-aged woman who has the mental she has the mental faculties of a 4-year-old, and she is part of the Feral Child Reclamation Project, and that they're like feral people was a thing out of World War Z, and these were people who like sometimes acted like zombies. I mean, like shit like that. They were people who just completely lost their humanity in different various ways. And so he's interviewing her, and so it's a woman, but she's clearly talking like a kid. I don't know who the actress was, but it was harrowing. I mean, in this person's story, according to their memory, they were in a church in Kansas, and I don't know what they were doing, but they were waiting for the authorities. The zombies came upon the church, and these people started trying to kill their children. Like, she describes one of the women, like, standing up and just smacking her kid against the wall and her own mother trying to strangle her. I mean, it's fucking... I was in tears, like, listening to it. It was hard to listen to. But it's a really, really good book. Max Brooks has... the whole undertaking is great. The first time I read it, I was just like, this is so fucking good. I can't believe nobody's making a movie of this. And then Brad Pitt had to make it about Brad Pitt. Fucking douche. Shitty fucking
I'll give Max Brooks credit because he does have a good attitude about it, where he said, it's not what I would have done and not my vision, but I'm just glad. I am grateful that they wanted to make it because it does, like, no matter...
Brad Pitt still wants to do a second one.
Because no matter what...
Yeah.
Also, apparently, he had a really good story. I encourage you to listen to his interviews about it because he has a good story about Brad Pitt. Him and Brad Pitt interacting about it. But
well, they rewrote the entire movie.
Well, he said that he's grateful because no matter what, it drew attention to his book. Because that's why a lot of writers just say yes and sign on to these movie deals because yes, it helps feed their families, but also because it still gets attention to their book.
Yeah.
So even if it's a shit movie, they're gonna read the book and be like, wow, this is great, and But real quick,
listen, I don't watch The Bachelor, but if they wanted to use one of my songs in The Bachelor, I'd be like, okay, because then people would listen to my music. Shut up.
Before we move on, I want to say I would recommend listening to how does it pronounce again? Devolution. It's a Max Brooks book, but it's similar to World War Z, where it's told. The entire story is told through the character's journal. Almost the whole entire thing is a journal, and it's about these group of people that are like these like green tech people that are trying to build like a hybrid hub of like tech and nature up in these mountains. And a mountain erupts, and while that mountain erupts, they get attacked by Sasquatches. And it's a really gory kind of thing, but it's actually really good, and I recommend it. The one I heard. Judy Greer was the main character, and Nathan Fillion plays her brother, like kind of appears throughout it. So I'm just saying, if you liked World War Z and that audio format of that, I would recommend Devolution. So yeah, and Max Brooks, I like his books. Did you read the Zombie Survival Guide?
No, I don't think I did.
Well then,
I might have.
Come
Somebody might
on.
have had it.
don't bullshit me.
I don't. No, I didn't own it. I've owned World War Z several times.
All right, let's get into the comic books.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
All right, first up, Tyler, we got we're doing a double feature of Age of Revelation books. So first up, we have Binary #1 by Stephanie Phillips and
number one.
Giada Belviso.
Giada Belviso.
You don't know.
Rochelle Rosenberg.
You're gonna name
Colorist.
everybody that works on it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Editor-in-Chief, C.B. Cebulski. So, X years ago.
So we're just, I like that we're like, okay, so it's this thing that ties everything in the Marvel Universe and the X-Men and all this event. When does it happen? X years ago. Is the X supposed to be 10? What are we doing? So anyway.
Yeah.
So, as usual, we are in the situation where you know by now if you've been paying attention to the pod. But, yeah, so Revelation is Apocalypse's son, and he decides, I want to do my own version of Age of Apocalypse, but I'm going to call it Age of Revelation. He makes the X virus, and it either amplifies mutants or kills them, and then it turns normies like us into what they call babbles, who are like these like people that can't speak and just are kind of like almost like zombies. Like we can't communicate properly, and we're called babbles. That's pretty much it. And then there's just superpowered people that got mutated, like radioactive Spider-Man.
Yeah. So I
hate it. I hate it here.
Oh, I do. So
why do we do this every week?
I don't want to get too much into it.
We don't have to. Both of these revelations, like,
yeah.
We're not going to talk that much about them.
Basically, what's going on is Binary has saved a town called Beverly, Massachusetts.
Yes.
And there's people in town who want her gone. They're trying to, whatever. And she's saying, look, she's basically saying, like, look, I have to keep you guys safe, and there's stuff that has to happen for me to do that. And they're like, fuck you.
Because Carol Danvers has the Phoenix Force in her.
Yeah, and she's got the Phoenix Force. She's binary. So there's this other red-haired chick in town. According to Carol Danvers, Jean Grey's dead, and she gave
very obviously looks
so
like Jean Grey.
This Jean Grey person opens up the barrier that Carol Danvers has erected for all the babbles to run through. And so then by the end of the book, oh my God.
She has to use her Phoenix Force to fight the babbles.
Yeah, and she's doing that and everything. And I will always stand up for those who... She's predictable. She thinks she's saving the day like she's done 100 times before. Familiarity is comfortable. So maybe Carol would like to see a familiar face in her hometown. So I don't know that Beverly, Massachusetts is Carol Danvers' hometown. I didn't care. Also... Does that mean that this person is from Beverly, Massachusetts? Or is it a familiar face from Carol Danvers' past who happens to be in Carol Danvers' hometown? What the fuck are you saying? Who wrote this shit?
So I will say, similar to...
it's better than most.
Similar to Planet She-Hulk, I got to give Stephanie Phillips credit. I like her style. I like her writing. Because, like I said, Planet She-Hulk I ended up enjoying more than I expected. Similar to this, I think between this and The Last Wolverine, the other book we're going to be talking about, I prefer that, Binary. But at the same, I think, and I joke about this because, and we say it's for content, but like, we generally try and talk about books that we like or movies that we like, things that we love, right? But I think it is important to highlight things like this and just be like, why are we accepting this? Why do we constantly accept this status quo bullshit where we have a bunch of these stories, and this is why we're covering them, because we want to point out how insignificant all this shit seems. Because how many of these books have we covered where, like, Radioactive Spider-Man, and then we go and you read Binary, and then you go and read The Last Wolverine, or something like that, and you keep reading these books that are constantly advertised to you by Marvel throughout all the pages of them.
Yep.
So making them seem all important, and you have to read them, and then you read them, and there's nothing to them. There's nothing to that Binary book. Again,
neither one of these two books connects me to the larger story
nothing.
of the Age of Revelation, whatever the fuck it is.
My bigger criticism is not on the talent, because clearly they had talent working on this, because Stephanie Phillips is a good writer. I like her work so far that I've read. I have no complaints about any of the art on any of these books. You and I were talking about that earlier too. It's just, I would much rather they take this talent that's clearly there and put it on something better.
Yes.
And not like, and I don't know. What do you want to give Binary number 1 on a scale A to F? What do you want to get? A, B, C, D, F. And then I guess A.
I'll give it a C+ because again, the talent worked hard on it clearly, but I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think a solid C because it's a book. I think C for me is very much me just saying
there are comic books out there, and this is certainly one of them.
C is very much in the middle of the road of like, it's a book. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't make me. It doesn't really do much.
Did you say it doesn't misfend you?
It doesn't offend me. Doesn't excite me.
Did you say it doesn't misfend you?
Yeah, it doesn't misfand or refand.
Or
all right.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Next up, the second book of our Age of Revelation double feature is The Last Wolverine, number 1.
So so we reread Age of Revelation Omega, right?
Right.
Now, show the cover.
Yeah, in that story, there's the weird, like, adamantium skull mask.
There's a couple cool things in Age of Revelation. That's cool. I like that little skull mask that Logan has.
And we find out in that story that we talked about that Wolverine is been under the brainwashed by Revelation, so he's a crony of Revelation. So that is addressed in this book.
When I first saw this advertised, I saw that and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I don't know what that's about. But then I saw that, and I thought that was Beast.
I thought it was Beast too.
Like a different version of Beast.
Yeah.
Because that's what he fucking looks like. He doesn't look like a Wendigo.
So anyway, The Last Wolverine, written by Saladin.
Just read the blurb so we know, yeah.
Saladin, Ahmed, and art by Edgar Salazar. During a sojourn to the Canadian wilderness, Logan the Wolverine ran afoul of a teenager named Leonard, who was afflicted with a curse that transformed him into the monstrous Wendigo. Helping the boy to control the beast inside, Logan and Leonard
Yay.
struck up a friendship and mutual admiration of one another. However, X years later, things have changed. So, where you and I both thought, hey, is this Hank taking up Wolverine's mantle? Why are we doing that?
Has nothing to do with Beast.
Because then I'm thinking, like, because goddamn it, Marvel loves doing that shit too. Of like, let's take this character and then mash him up with this character and then make this character.
Sometimes it's cool, man.
Sometimes it works. A lot of the times it doesn't.
Not this time.
Wolverine is an example of it being ridiculous but working, I think, recently.
Eddie Brock Carnage.
Carnage was
Believe
fine.
it or fucking not. See, yeah, there's Ultimate Iron Man right there, isn't it? Ultimate Iron Man? What is that?
Number 1.
Yeah, okay. So show me the back cover again.
Introducing Ultimate.
Show me the back cover.
Very back cover says Ultimate Endgame. And
Yeah!
The countdown is over. The end of the Ultimate Universe has begun.
Oh, weird. How is a number 1 coming up then?
Yeah, well.
Shut up, Marvel.
Shut up.
So again, the art's good.
So back to X years from
Clearly
now,
Leonard's
there's a
like
burning
a
building.
Hero.
Hold on, let me explain it.
Do we have to?
Yeah, just this part. There's a burning building, and he shows up in Wolverine's gear. He protects and saves the kids. Then, he gives them
The art is really
backstory.
good. I really like
art
the
is
art.
great.
Of this, yeah.
We find out that, he was inspired by Wolverine to be a hero, so he does. And then we also find out after this whole revelation shit's going down, Wendigo is telling Logan, this is going too far. I get you want the best for your kind, but like you're killing people. This is going too far. And then Logan doesn't say anything. He just swipes at him with his claws. He's like, well, clearly you're brainwashed.
I didn't even read that.
So yeah, they fight,
I
and
flipped through
then
this so
it's
hard.
back to his time being Vancouver's superhero. And where I stopped and you stopped was when we find out that Nightcrawler doesn't have blue skin. He's just a regular looking dude.
He's ugly. The ugly motherfucker.
And then I just stopped caring. That's when I stopped giving a shit.
Eventually,
Because it goes back to this. What was the fucking point? What is the point of radioactive Spider-Man? What's the point of Binary? What's the fucking point of Wendigo Wolverine? I'm sorry. I'm like, what are we doing?
Eventually, at the end of this, at the end of the issue, Vindicator shows up, and she's looking worse for wear.
We're just clamoring for the fan favorite Vindicator. Fucking comic books, man. Like, there's sometimes I can't defend this shit, and I can't defend this Age of Revelation shit. I just can't.
I can't either.
What if
it's
it
so stupid?
has any number one of any of those books connected to a grander thing at all? No. And are you going to tell me the only books that connect any of this are the Age of Revelation books? Then why even have these books exist?
This looks good. This looks really good.
You're part of the problem. Let me look at this ad. Let me bitch about Marvel's practices. And
No,
but
dickhead.
Doctor Strange.
You know how long I've been waiting for a decent doc? Why do you think I clamored on you to read that?
Is that going to be monthly?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We should talk about Doctor Strange.
Why do you think I was clamoring at you to read that giant Doctor Strange book I got? I love good Doctor Strange stories. If they're done right, Doctor Strange books are awesome. Are we taking our break? I mean, we're halfway through the books.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, so, well, we got to give a grade. And I'm going to give it a D. I give it a D. I don't give a shit about that book.
I'll give it a D also. And again, the only reason it's not an F is because of the talent that worked hard
And I
on it.
want to stress that enough. When we go at a book like this and we keep sawing into this whole shit, it's not the talent we're attacking.
It is directed at the publisher. Marvel. It is directed at Disney. It is directed
all
at
these
Marvel.
Corporations.
It is directed at all the people who make the decisions, yes or no, from the top. Those people suck. And pretty much all corporate America, the people who make the decisions should not be in charge.
Because I think you and I
Look at our shitty world they made.
You and I have kind of had this unspoken thing because you and I are also creative people.
I'm also spending the money on it, so you could say.
You and I are also artists, and we put out, and so we
oodles of crap.
Will you just listen? And we trying to be pro artist on this show.
Of course.
And obviously there's going to be some books that we just don't like because of taste reasons, clearly. So when we try and do that, we try and have that critical lens. And when we say we don't care or we don't give a shit, it's not because of the artists. It's because of the publisher.
Yes.
I just always want to try and make that clear to people because I, as someone who's creative, I think it's best to judge people's work strictly on merit. And I had like both those books are not poorly constructed books.
No.
At all. It's just, again, it's like I wish there was some sort of direction. And if you're going to do number ones of these things, tie them into something in some way. Or if you want, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to, instead of doing number ones like that and you want to do these single stories, make it clear they're one shots and just make them one shots or like graphic.
No, they're not one shots because there's number twos of all of these.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
No, this
make
is
them one shots.
This is the fucking problem. You're expecting me to buy every issue of this entire crossover, and that will somehow make it all make sense.
Matters.
Here's the problem. I might buy the very first, Omega or whatever, number one to explain everything, and then one or two during the thing.
Yeah.
If neither one of those things tells me what's going on, I don't give a crap.
What's the point? Why am I spending my money on this?
The Sins of Sinister storyline was one of the best crossovers ever because every month it was 3 issues. It was something. It was 3 different titles. One month it was 3 titles, and they started with one, and then and all of them were 10 years later. The next month it was all 3 of them, but in a different order. And it was 100 years after. And then the third month, the final month, the 3 of them in the final order that was possible, 1,000 years later.
Yeah.
So then you have the beginning, and then you have an Omega or an Alpha and Omega issues, right? So you basically have 12 or 10 issues, 11 issues. They shut down all of the Marvel or all of the X-Men books during those 3 months. Shut them all down. This is all the Marvel right now, or this is all the Marvel X-Men. Classic. Why? Because I could afford it.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it later.
We'll
talk about it later.
They did have Sins of Sinister crossovers with other books, like other Marvel books, but I'm like, I don't fucking care.
We'll talk about it later, too, with Cosmic Odyssey, because we're still continuing that, because we're on the third or the fourth book.
It's a contained story.
But that's what I'm saying. That is an effective example of a crossover. Or
Yes.
even Secret Wars, their first event, it was an effective use of it because it was like, we're gonna do it in this, because when you and I don't want to beat the dead horse, but it's just really it's just like these artists deserve better, and we as an audience deserve better as well.
At no time during the 4 months that Cosmic Odyssey came out did you see one fucking DC book on the shelves that said Cosmic Odyssey official crossover.
Yeah.
Infinity War? Oh my fucking
Also, by the
God.
way, DC is just as guilty as this shit
book.
too. Fuck them too.
Every book, every month, Infinity War crossover, and it wasn't. Like it was barely, you know.
Oh yeah, DC would do that too.
Fuck off.
But see, you know, the only time that I would allow that, or like in my mind, I think would be cool and acceptable, is when they've done it where it's been like a Bat family crossover, or like within Superman's and like Superboy, Superman, things like that.
Yeah, but it had to be something I can stomach.
I agree. But all right, anyway, we got 2 more books. This next one, we're going on the next one.
I can write a book about what you don't know.
All right, so we this is one of those books we had talked about.
We missed
the
the
news,
November one.
But we missed the Deadpool Batman, which is referenced in this book, but I guess Batman doesn't remember it either, so we're fine. So this is, which I guess, so the reasoning of the name flipping is, so the Deadpool one is like Marvel gets to headline it. So my guess is that Marvel can advertise their books in that one, and then the Batman Deadpool one,
know.
DC can advertise their books. I don't fucking know.
Whatever.
Who cares? Point is,
I don't know why you didn't just do one issue. I know why you didn't.
Money.
Yeah.
Money, because you know why? I bet you that one's $8 as well.
No shit.
So for starters, this is $8. So you would think, wow, that's okay. We're getting a big crossover of Batman and Deadpool. No, it's a pretty standard issue, and then everything else is just backup stories that are like a few pages,
5-6 pages.
So again, thanks you greedy fucks, for the $3 to $4 extra price you put on the cover, but you get more story content. No, you don't. I don't want the. I
get filler. I get filler.
I would have much rather had a full-on just Batman Deadpool story that's this long.
Yeah.
For the $8.
Just
and
give
just
me
make it
both
a
in
one
one
shot.
issue. Yeah. Hello.
But that would be pro-consumer. So fuck us. So
having said all that,
a pretty enjoyable book. I like this book. I will say. I get that I'm going to sound like a hypocrite because when we talked about we do like to do Batman crossovers on the show, I guess. With Batman,
to be fair, DC whores Batman out to anybody who's got a buck, dude.
Because they understand
Fucking
he is a bigger
God.
name than DC.
What you want? You want Batman and Strawberry Shortcake? You fucking got it.
You want Batman Elmer Fudd? You got it. That's
Actually,
a real book.
Yeah, but according to a lot of people,
It's
that
good.
was really good, which is crazy.
So God bless Grant Morrison because they are in charge of doing the Batman side of the Batman Deadpool. No, I say God bless them because this is one of the funnier explanations I've heard of a crossover. So they decided to be like, you know what? You know how we're gonna cross these two characters over? These two beings, one I guess portraying the DC universe and one portraying the Marvel universe. They never specify which one is which, so you can just say that whoever they're just essentially this whole, and I'm not kidding, this whole story is created because the like Watcher type character, I guess would you refer to him as that? I don't know. They're like these celestial beings
I think we're getting way too into it.
I know. They're these celestial beings that essentially personify the DC universe and the Marvel universe, and they fuck. And that's how we got this story. That's literally what happened.
Essentially, we have a standard crossover. Nothing changes either universe.
But I want to say why it's brilliant. Because Grant Morrison understands how ridiculous this all is anyway, so why
Oh
not
yeah, he's
have the
winking at
silly
the audience the whole time.
why not have this silly idea of like, okay, there's these two universes fucked, and that's how we got this story.
I like. I think my favorite part about this, the whole story, and again, plot points, whatever. It's enjoyable. If you like the two characters, you will enjoy it. To me, there's no reason to go over the plot points because again, it doesn't change anything in either universe. But I liked that Batman seemed unfazed by Deadpool the entire time. I liked that.
Yes, and honestly, when you and I, of course, scoffed at this because we thought it was ridiculous. But these two characters do work well together, just because.
I love the Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson jokes.
Yes, how he counts
So close because that's exactly where Deadpool came from.
Again, Grant Morrison, knowing comic books, and working in comic books for as long as they have. They know what they're doing. So, of course, they're going to make... Dude, there's a Dark Claw reference in this book, which I thought,
good.
to be completely honest with you, I could... Like, the 90s crossovers, I was convinced was a fever dream for the longest time. Like, I couldn't believe they existed.
No, they were real.
But-
Amalgam Comics.
Especially Dark Claw. So the fact that Dark Claw makes an appearance in this is fucking rad.
Yeah.
The fact that Deadpool and his little... So the whole plot also is that Cassandra's fucking with their mind because she wants to get in their head to find this device.
Not really. It's the Deus Machina is a writer.
That's the whole... That's why I love it, because this makes no sense, and it's amazing. But I love that his little fantasy is him killing little Steamboat Willies. Like they're supposed to look like Mickey Mouse. And I love that.
That was funny.
Yeah,
it's an enjoyable.
I love the
story.
fact
It's
that
just
he can actually see. He says I can see you. Obviously, it's a wink at us. But I love the fact that it's like the fact that he's like, oh, I see that the multiverse beings are fucking, because he says,
oh yeah.
maybe I should come back later. Like again, this whole thing is stupid. I love it.
It's very
I love
it's
how-
very self-aware,
Mhm.
which I appreciate.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so again, how these two characters meet. I think Morrison again nails like he's written Batman for so long, he just understands that character, right? But I love how he writes these two interacting. Like the fact that he's like, I'm the kind of guy I expect to find in a budget hell like this. This sickening crime brought you here, sis. And then he's like, I hoped you might have some answers. As Batman is holding his severed legs. And then he's like, oh, healing factor. like he didn't know that he could. Obviously, he didn't know he could heal. So he was just like, oh, that's why you could put your legs back together.
Yeah.
But yeah, then him constantly being like, let me ask you something else. Does the name Deathstroke mean anything to you? And then he's like, Deathstroke, let me guess, is a technical term. It's a technical term in swimming snuff.
Yeah.
Olympic snuff swimming. A lethal self-abuse technique from the Kama Sutra. No. Not a Slade Wilson then? He's like, no.
Wait.
It kept saying that later. But I love the fact that Batman gets the jump on him and knocks him over, and he goes, guess who's headlining this one? Like, again, just funny. Because Grant Morrison always has done that fourth wall breaking shit and winking at the audience a lot. So this just seems natural. So yeah, Batman predicts correctly that Cassandra's got them under mind control. And then we meet Dark Claw. And then, yeah, they save the day because Damian shows up and attacks Cassandra and breaks her hold on the two of them. And then they kill her. Well, Dead Bat.
Oh,
Yeah, but I love the fact that the device was the writer having a reality. The reality altering device was literally someone writing the story.
That's what I was saying. Like getting way too into it with like the two beings when you first started talking about it, I'm like it doesn't even mean that much. Like
no, it's a silly book.
It's not even that. Like I mean, by the end of it, yes, I think they show them, and there's a funny bit about like, oh, maybe I'll call you or whatever because they just got done fucking, and even though they're cosmic beings, they still act like people.
Yeah.
But again, the whole thing is a guy with a typewriter, or a laptop, so it's like okay.
Yeah. So here's how Deadpool ends the story. He goes, she'll live again. She always does. But for now, my work is done. When Earth 7642 Batman finally comes to, I'll be sure to tell him how much I'll treasure my most mostly imaginary team up with the real thing, and then he's like, give him regards. And then they pretty much say that the whole device can alter canon, and that was my favorite. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about that last two part, where it says 2 universes parted. So another time, perhaps, a supreme time being, I have all the time. Sure, why not? As I like awkwardly like getting out of bed.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
that's how the crossover ends. So real quick, you and I didn't read the backups, other than one.
I wouldn't have minded.
I wanted more of that.
I looked at the 3 that were in there. What is it? It's Doctor Strange, Hellblazer.
Doctor Strange, Constantine,
Yeah.
Wolverine, Laura Kinney, Wolverine, and Nightwing.
Okay. That might be interesting.
Harley and Hulk.
I looked at those 3 and I'm like, that's the most bass-ackwards one I can think of, and it was Amanda Connor, who I love her art.
Supergirl, right? No, that's different.
She did the Silk Spectre limited series. She's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so Harley and Hulk, and then there's Static and Miss Marvel. So I read one. I read Sticks and Snikts, which was the Laura Kinney Wolverine Nightwing crossover. Tom Taylor was the writer on that. Bruno Redondo was the artist. Similar to the Batman Deadpool story. I think this story knows it's not that significant of a thing because it's only like 4 or 5 pages, really. So the whole premise is Laura is with her sister, Gabby, who also has a healing factor like she does. She's also a Wolverine clone.
Okay.
She is kidnapped.
Oh.
So Laura, for whatever reason in Gotham, and I will say this is an example, and this one I'll forgive because it's only 4 pages, but it's one of those things of like, with the Punisher Batman book, it was like, oh, I guess Wolverine could just fucking waltz into Gotham. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, that's just a weird...
Yeah, so anyway, she shows up looking for Batman. She has to stick with Nightwing because that's, he's whatever. But Tom Taylor actually wrote Laura Kinney Wolverine and Nightwing back in the day. So it was cool. And Bruno Redondo, who did the art on this, also did the art on the Tom Taylor Nightwing book. So it's cool to see them reunite for this. And I gotta say, I really like Tom Taylor's writing with these 2 characters because in how it's done, where Nightwing's narration is, her name is Laura Kinney. She's Wolverine. She had another name but defeated it. She was looking for Batman. He's away. She had to settle for me. And then she has a thought of, his name is Dick Grayson. He's Nightwing. He had another name, but he outgrew it. I was trying to find the Dark Knight. I think I found something better. And then they proceed to have their little team up.
I don't get the Dick Grayson love.
Fuck you. He is all the good of Batman and none of the brooding thing. Because you know what? He wasn't. He wasn't Bruce.
So he's boring.
He wasn't Bruce and was like, my parents died, so I'm going to brood. He's like, yeah, my parents died. That sucks. But I'm not going to let that be my whole thing. Like, I'm not going to let that be my... That's his identity. That is all Bruce is. His parents died. He never went to therapy to get over it.
You done?
So,
you done with
no, to wrap...
4-page crossover?
Well, last thing I want to say, my favorite part about this is they're going to find Gabby. By the way, she was kidnapped by Killer Croc, and they take him down. But they're hanging out, and he goes this way, and she's like, whatever you found, don't worry. She's okay. My sister and I... we heal. What do you do? He goes, what do? I do the best I can. And she goes, what? Wait, you're just a regular guy? And then I just thought that was funny because it was just like, she's out here being a mutant and healing and all this shit. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just a dude.
Give it over. You done with yours?
Oh, look at the last shot, though. It's a splash page of them kneeling on the building. And then in the shadows, it's Batman and Wolverine, because they got to live up to like, also, shout out to this line from Gabby. She goes, oh, so you're like Laura, another Nepo hero. So yeah, thought that was funny. Because she's like, wait, Batman's your dad? And he's like, yeah, technically, because he was adopted. You read Harley and Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Because I didn't read it.
They go to the amusement park.
I'll never understand why you hate Nightwing, because I just don't get it.
No, it's an entertaining backstory.
Why are you so mean?
I'm not.
You're so mean. All right, what do you give Batman Deadpool number 1? I give it a solid B.
It's technically 2 because we didn't miss the first one.
Well, this is the Batman headline wise.
It's the Batman, so it's number 1. They're all number 1s.
Yeah.
Overall,
just Batman Deadpool number 1. You don't have to worry about the one shot, the backups or anything.
Okay. Here's how I'll do it. As a story that is very self-aware and well done,
Yes.
that's a solid A.
That's why I get A.
Yeah.
I gave it a B.
I think both characters.
You know what? I agree with you. I'll move it up to A because I think it is.
It doesn't matter because the price is going to bring it down to a C.
Oh. Then I stay at my spot at B.
I can write
Yeah,
a book
'cause-
about what you don't know.
Fuck you. I don't need all these backups.
I do like, like Hellblazer Constantine or Hellblazer Doctor Strange sounds neat. Yeah. Hellblazer Doctor Strange sounds neat. The Miss Marvel static, I got to be honest, it probably doesn't apply to me. I'm a white
Yeah,
dude.
and Static was definitely something that was more popular with my generation anyway because of the WB Kids show or whatever.
And then again, I'm not going to read anything Nightwing because I just don't care.
All right, everybody, let's move it on.
Did I
No,
tell
it's
you-
the same thing with James Gunn. I've accepted that you can't see the genius, so I'm whatever. I'm fucking done with you.
I can write a book about
You're
what
just
you
mad they
don't
didn't
know.
put Nightwing instead of Batman. In
I'm gonna
Cosmic
make you
Odyssey.
read Volume 1 of Tom Taylor's Nightwing, and I defy you to tell. You know why I'll say it right now. Here's why Dick Grayson is better than Bruce Wayne.
You already tried to tell me.
Yeah,
And I didn't
because in that
care.
Tom Taylor book, because he finally got wealth that Bruce Wayne had, and the first thing he did was open up a foundation to help people. And Bruce didn't do that. He put on some ears and a cape like a lunatic. Anyway, Cosmic Odyssey, it's book 3 decisions.
Here's a guy who's a lot like Batman, but his costume sucks compared to the
Nightwing's costume.
Yeah,
get out of town.
compared to the iconic Batman costume.
Buddy, there's the door. Go to the door
and walk through it. The fuck out.
Cosmic Odyssey Book 3 Decisions, written by Jim Starlin and drawn by Mike Mignola.
You know, the one thing I really liked about that
Mignola.
Hulk and Harley
Fucking
Quinn crossover was how they went to the amusement park.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
So I texted you when I read this book.
Oh, did they do it again? Is that what you're trying to show me?
When I finished this book.
The back cover.
They did. No, I wanted to point that out because
What does it say? Oh yeah.
It says you're nothing but a cold-blooded murderer, Orion. That way you LG true, but you are a fool, and I can understand. I can't understand how you've lasted as long as you have. So yeah, kind of spoiling the book before I even read it.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding.
It does. You're right.
Yeah, but I learned my lesson from the last time, and I just opened the book and read it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I think generally look, when I pick up a book, I look at both sides.
You don't. Yeah, you usually
That's just kind of
you
how
look
I
at the
do
front
it.
and the back flap.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not because I'm trying to see the end. No, that would be
trying to see what it is.
That would be opening it to the last page. I just look, and here's the thing.
Sometimes they have the plot on the back.
I think they just assumed that since it was
A collected edition, yeah.
Give me a second. God. You don't finish every thought of mine. Oh. No, you're doing it.
Yeah.
I think because they assumed it was a collected edition and that it was like a deluxe format or whatever, that they were like, well, nobody's going to look at the back for whatever, dude. And they will read it. And then at the back, they'll go, yeah, I remember that part. But that's not how it works.
Yeah, but
With most
it's really
human
not
beings.
that big of a deal. I'm just being
No.
I'm just being a shit.
But it
So anyway,
does kinda
book
suck.
3 decisions. As we left where we left off last time
The
around.
cover is so fucking cool.
Yeah. Zheng Shi gets destroyed.
Zanshi.
Zanshi. You don't fucking know. And then he's We also find out that Etrigan reemerged with.
Well, that happened last issue. The end of last issue.
I know. I just fucking said that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to catch everybody up. So they're merged together again, and we go back to Ran, where Starfire and Lightray and Adam Strange are trying to leave. They're also trying to deal with their bomb.
Aspect because Adam Strange has already been beat up.
That was the little goop that snuck into the vents in the last.
But they
book.
haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure it out.
So this book picks up with that Lightray and Starfire are dealing with the goop, and then it also cuts. It's intercut with Superman and Orion trying to find the device on Thanagar.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman and Orion are starting to finally see them butt heads on their tactics, because Orion is obviously a son of Darkseid who doesn't give a shit about killing, and we all know Superman loves all life.
Except for General Zod.
But the part where I texted you, where I was reading this,
Zach.
where I was like, I love this because this is just pure superhero pulp, is let me see here. When it's intercutting Superman fighting the giant mech on Thanagar with Orion with Lightray fighting the goop.
Yeah.
And like they're just trading panels of that
There's
fight.
so many panels that are just fucking works of art. And the fucking goop, nobody can draw a goop like that.
Yeah. And then can we talk about Starfire? She might as well just be fucking naked, man. Like, her outfit is ridiculous. It's like a bikini.
Well, yeah.
But just put some clothes on her, man.
I actually don't mind her outfit in this one. I mean, I don't ever. But the way Mignola draws her, like, you're not, like, getting titillated by it. Not really.
Oh, I'm titillated. So anyway, Superman keeps fighting the robot, and then Starfire can't seem to shoot.
Don't get me wrong. Mignola's women are very beautiful.
The goop is dodging all of her blasts.
Yeah, so it finally knocks her out. Now what? Well, we don't know because we go out to Arizona.
Then we go to Moose Jaw, Arizona.
Arizona.
Where
Moose
again,
Jaw, Arizona.
again,
Is where I met my love. Moose Jaw, Arizona.
can I just say, Jim Starlin, I'm sure this will play out in the fourth book, in the last book, but I love the slow play of Batman in this, because it's like we have all these godly beings, and then there's here Batman and Forger being like, we wait. Everybody's doing all this shit. They're like, Batman, what do you want to do? We wait.
I think I'd like to start with a
Because
coffee.
even here, they're sitting
Let's have
there.
a coffee.
They go through the level of driving all. I don't even know how far you would have to drive from fucking Gotham to
which
Moose
is
Jaw.
Technically
But
New
anyway,
York.
Anyway, so they're at
Whatever.
Moose Jaw. And this is what I love. They're like, the computer records and the folks in the town say that Butt is where the scientific equipment.
Butte.
No, it's Butt. The late Jacob Bester ordered was delivered, Forager. That we go in and check it out once it gets dark. No, we gotta wait. But then Batman also points out, he's like, hey, if this anti-life aspect plays true to form, it'll be inhabiting a host body. And he's like, well, if I were the anti-life, I would go for the apocalypse warrior that got blasted through the chest and survived. And that's what happened. So Superman finally beats the giant robot and stops the bomb. But then, and I gotta love, you love Starlin for this because it's classic storyline telling. Because it's like, even remember, to be effective for this, even when the heroes win, they have to lose. Right? So we stop the device. Everything's great. But then on the other side of the thing, Highfather's having a discussion with Darkseid. And he's like, look, man, we need to take Etrigan and we need to go into their realm and fight them on their side of things because that's the best thing. Because Darkseid's actually trying to control the anti-life.
No.
Which, again, I knew coming because I know DC
Says
lore.
it in the first book.
Well, yeah, and we all know that Darkseid always wants the anti-life equation. That's like his whole thing. So then Superman emerges from underground where he fought the robot, which, by the way, he points out the bomb would be underground. So he digs underground and stops the bomb, kills the robot. And he comes up and he's like, it
You
can't.
keep them busy, Orion.
Yeah, so Orion has to be a diversion. Him thinking that like the Justice League kind of people were like, oh, he'll just fight him off for a little while and mess with him.
He'll have a skirmish
No,
with them.
Orion lived. Orion is the son of Darkseid,
He
so Orion
slaughtered him.
genocided Thanagar.
No.
Almost.
No, just all the people that came to fight him.
Well, I mean, he
It's a
pretty much
big
just
planet.
genocided them. I mean,
Well, that's the whole race. He
almost.
slaughtered everybody who came, yeah.
Come on, that's near.
That's one castle, dude, on a whole planet.
You don't know how many Hawk people there are. Are there?
Yes, I do.
Are you telling me all Thanagarians are Hawk people?
Yes, actually, that's...
I don't know. There's a lot of dead Hawk people there, man. So yeah,
There's a lot of dead fucking hot. There's at least 100. That's got to be the whole fucking planet.
I just imagine it's Superman.
What? There's only like 500 on Earth, right?
I imagine it. Superman coming out of the fucking ground. I don't know, man. There's a little bit much, Orion. There's a lot of dead Hawk people. Why is he Bobcat Gold?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know if you know this.
All right.
Let me do my Bobcat,
Okay.
you fuck.
Let's hear it.
No, I give up. You hurt my feelings. I'm just trying to make you real excited, man.
Okay.
I can do a better one, but I can't do it right now.
Give me a second.
I've had bronchitis.
I'll record it and edit it.
I've had bronchitis for 3 weeks.
Jesus. Weird.
So anyway, Superman pretty much tells him, like, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what? They didn't need to die.
They fight, and then
Because Orion's like, who cares? The whole universe is at stake. I don't play games. And he's like, yeah, but we could have done it my way. Nobody would have to die, you asshole. Like, I just destroyed the bomb, and nobody would have died. And you know what would have happened? I would have destroyed the bomb, and they would have snapped out of it because I would have got rid of the aspect, you ass. Similar to Jon Stewart fucking up and Martian Manhunter being like, I hate you. So...
But we
cut back to Starfire.
capture the aspect, and they go back to...
Yeah, they go back to New Genesis.
I thought you were going to say New
Light
Jersey.
Ray and Starfire are fighting the aspect,
Yeah.
and Starfire's like, get out of here, because she was trying to get it close to the bomb so she could use her ability to blow up the goop.
So she smells petroleum.
Yeah.
And she understands that this being... So she lets it... When it knocks her out, what she did,
knows she can't shoot it.
she had let it knock her
I
out.
can explain it already.
Right. But Light Ray doesn't know that, and Light Ray is a chauvinistic pig.
Yeah.
So of course he has to save the damsel in distress. So give it to me. Can I see that, please? Sorry.
I don't want to read the whole
Give it to
fucking
me.
blurb. Like, Jesus.
I'm not. I'm just gonna say what it is.
We get it. You like the book.
And he's like, no. And she goes, Light Ray, you fool. Get out of here. And just knocks him out and takes him out of there. And she's like, what? He's like, what?
What? There I go.
But then she explains the whole thing to him. But then they miss the aspect. It runs away.
Slipped away again.
And Adam Strange has woken back up.
Also, this gives Darkseid the reason to go into the realm because now 2 have fallen because that bomb went off on Rand. No, wait, no, she stopped the bomb, right?
Yeah, the bomb is So
because he says they need to go to Earth.
They're
Earth
still
is where the last
they're still only down one star
right,
system,
and that's why the anti-life is going to Earth now. Earth is the.
I don't know where it's going.
It's going to Earth. It ends with it saying that like Earth is the next move. In that because the 4th book is the last book, and the only other place that hasn't been destroyed or been touched is Earth. So now Batman and Forge are just waiting for everybody to come to them now.
So
Darkseid takes
Etrigan
to the anti-life realm.
Yeah.
And
They bring John, and I picked up these 2 sorry souls on my way, though I'm not sure why I bothered. Hi, Father Orion's right.
I'm a
blew
piece
it
of
shit. You gave it up on life. I blew it in the star system, died.
Yeah.
I wanted to hog all the glory to prove myself, and millions perished. I thought I could do it all. Thought myself a real hot shot. I did the same thing on Earth, but I only leveled 1 city there. Now the whole Xanshi star system's gone. It's all my stupid
And
overcome.
then Martian Manhunter's in the background going, "You gave up on life, didn't you?" No, you know what he's saying is he's going, "I never forgive you."
I think you'd better keep an eye on your friend John Johns, which is what Highfather says to Martian
You should keep
Manhunter.
your
And he's
fucking
like,
mouth shut.
and he's like, me? All right.
I hate that dick.
Fuck that guy. This is a cool picture. I like the no, but it's both Darkseid and Etrigan.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
But so Darkseid and Etrigan, they end up
In the anti-life
in the
realm.
anti-life thing, and back. Okay, they're there. Back on New Genesis, the guy that Batman called in the book 1 to be like, keep an eye on Darkseid
Yeah, you
for
just
me.
keep seeing his hands.
Yes, but he shows up, and they're like, okay,
Follow me. And they say,
they disappear,
"All right, Jerry."
and then Earth, they are seeing the countdown from 118, 117, 116, and so forth. So dies the Milky Way galaxy and all who live within it. Praise the entity. Praise anti-life. You gave up on life.
Anti-life! That's what you want, isn't it? You want anti-life.
Brr!
I just came out of the. I just
But pussy's
don't
also,
know why my Superman sounds like a fucking drunk at the end of
But-
his rope.
but
But like,
also fuck assholes,
you
Chuck.
don't understand it, Bruce. I came out of the damn underground, thinking that maybe he just kept circling him around, messing with the Hawk people, and they were slaughtered, Bruce.
They were gone.
It was anti-life, wasn't it?
You just gave up on life.
You want anti-life.
I would give this book
Okay.
A. Solid A.
The
I
final,
loved it. I loved
the
it.
final book is
And I-
great.
I mean it. Truly, I'm glad you gave me this little history lesson here, because this, to me, is not necessarily like 80s pulp, but just superhero pulp at its finest. It is just pure adventure book pulp, and I love it.
The thing I loved about it, I remember my brother bought I remember we saw like the ads for it, and we already liked Mike Mignola. We knew who he was, and Jim Starlin definitely was somebody that we knew too. But I remember he got the first one, and I just remember I liked how the book is laid out. Every issue is laid out in a certain way. There's a way, if you have a book, especially a limited series, and it's got a fair amount of characters in it, it's tough to pace these books well. Starlin did a masterful job of like setting up the book, the whole concept of the book in the first one. And then book two was basically John's Martian Manhunter. Book 3 is basically Light Ray and Starfire.
And Superman and but because it's smart because he split the two teams up, and then it's even smarter because he's like, I'm not even going to use Batman until the last book.
Batman and
when we have
Forger's
the battle,
fourth one.
when we have the battle on Earth,
Yeah.
and so because there's two parallels.
Yeah, 3 is Starfire, Light Ray, and Superman Orion. But
Book
the way
2
it's
is
paced,
John Johns and John Stewart, but it is a little bit of Superman. and
it's a little bit
Orion.
of everybody else too.
But it's mostly those two.
Yeah.
And this one is back and again, like I
The
mentioned
pacing.
a lot, the pacing's brilliant because like having one panel go to have the Superman shit, and then the next panel have all the stuff happening with Light Ray and
Yeah.
Starfire, and then like even having one panel be the splash page, and then the other panels inside it be the other story is still like some of those pages do that. Like, and I just love how it would constantly kept blending those two parallel.
I'm kind of
storylines.
disappointed you didn't read that shitty Punisher book.
No, I decided to read that shitty. To debase myself with another fucking Marvel event. Again, we do it as a point, Marvel. Fucking be better. Like, come on. You have these talented people. Put them on shit that they can actually thrive in.
Here's the distinction I'm hoping you'll see for yourself. That book that we read, the Jason Aaron book, really tied off the story nicely. Okay? the book that we were reading, Shape or the World to Come or whatever, that newer
you're
one.
talking about the Punisher, yeah.
That one's just crazy, like out of this world, like zombie,
Classic, like
right
90s Punisher, or
It's
or
not-
like even early odds
it's
Punisher.
just not. It's not that.
Yeah.
This bullshit is crap. It is crap. I hope that you see the distinction. I hope you read that and go, this is not. This doesn't need to be a thing at all.
Well, yeah, and I think it's just the constant problem we run into when you have.
You're never gonna not publish Punisher comics.
You're not
if you
not gonna
don't-
not.
If you know they're gonna sell.
Yeah, you're not gonna not put out all the reinvent these characters multiple times. No, and sometimes you kind of run with any piece of media, you run the issue of it not holding up, and I could say that this story, and even though, like I said, since book 1, there is that overarching idea of like, I know where this ends up because I know DC. I know that it's going to end up with Darkseid wanting, he says in the first book, his ambitions. But even then, I'm like, I know that he's going to get this equation. He's going to figure this out because he does in the DC universe, But it's still fun to kind of
scale, the
it's
double
fun,
page splash
but-
when he shows up to the anti-life dimension. It's the scale is like, holy shit. Like, you're actually scared.
I love the idea that we should start referring to Anti-Life in DC like the lady in Team America.
Anti-life! It's anti-life!
Cosmic Odyssey also, that's the other thing that trips me up too, is what an innocuous name.
Nothing about it says DC.
No, nothing
only
about
just-
it says nothing.
Yeah.
It's just DC's Cosmic Odyssey.
And I love the idea was like DC was like, well, like Jim Starlin could do that like cosmic stuff. Why can't he do it with us?
Why can't he do one that's an Odyssey?
Yeah.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.